So this one apparently has a trigger warning at the front. Look at that shit. Some people view Onision videos as offensive. If you are sensitive in any way, please close out of this video and do not return. Either way, you have been warned.
Yeah, offensive to intelligence.
There's going to be some groundbreaking ideas in this one. Let's take a look.
Warning. Hey, there's this incredibly stupid thing on the internet where really dumb girls hold up signs explaining why they're against feminism. You people are so fucking stupid. And this is me explaining not only why some girls are against feminism, but why you're a total fucking moron for being against feminism.
Just to be clear, this is a straight white man explaining to women why they aren't womening properly. Okay. Just so we cleared that up.
I need feminism because I'm not a delusional, disgusting, hypocritical man-hater. I respect men, and they respect really. You're not only going to blindly generalize multiple times, but you're also going to assume that men just automatically respect you. I'm a man, and I don't really respect what you said. Because guess what? You wouldn't have the right to vote without feminists. You wouldn't have the right to divorce a man without feminist.
That's the suffragette movement, not feminism. Sorry, but no.
No, you still have an annulment before the suffragette movement.
Is that true?
Yeah.
So, in other words, his entire argument is based on a misapprehension.
Pretty much.
Okay, good. Thanks for clearing that up, Jamal.
Here's the thing, dude. I'm not going to get into his whole history, but the fact is, like,
I don't want to do that. I just want to look at his arguments. But
the thing is, you don't have respect for women, and this whole women against feminism. The whole thing is, they're not exactly against feminism, they're against what has become.
Well, yeah, I mean, needing feminism and being pro-feminist are two entirely different things.
Exactly.
You wouldn't have anything near equal pay as men without feminists. For all we know, women would literally be treated like cattle without feminists. Is this how you want to look?
For all we know. I like that, the slippery slow argument. If we let gays marry, paedophile marriage will become legal. It's literally the same argument. So now he's going to bring up the example of the burqa, which is ironic because of feminism's relationship with Islam. You know, a lot of these things that they complain about, like women being sold off into sex slavery and stuff, a lot of that is because of people who follow Islam. I'm not going to say that's all Muslims because it's not. It's certain people within it, just like how there are extremists within Christianity, just like how there are extremists within every other group, including feminism, which is a religion.
And even atheism as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, look at...
Atheist Row.
Yeah, look at Atheist Row, look at, like, PJ Myers. PJ Myers? Is that PZ Myers? PZ Myers. Hell, I mean, I know that there's the classic example, but Joseph Stalin. I'm an atheist and I can fully admit that. Although he did basically take the whole concept of religion and like apply it to the state rather than to a deity, so it kind of doesn't count, but we're digressing.
You want to be walking around the streets with only a little bit of skin showing? You really want to be treated like property? You want to be born into this world destined to be sold off to the highest bidder? Is that really what you fucking want? Because in our history is the overwhelming tendency for women to be oppressed, and when someone is oppressed, they need someone to stand up and say, this is fucking bullshit and it needs to change. It's very difficult to do that without feminists. 14 women say they don't need feminism, aka 14 dumb motherfuckers. I don't need feminism because I respect all humans, not just one gender. It's not about females being better than men. It's about women having the same rights as males. How does that not register in your brain? Is it that feminists have been fighting so hard for so long that you've finally gotten so comfortable with the lifestyle these women earn for you that you no longer appreciate it like some spoiled fucking brat that was born with a silver spoon in its mouth? This is August 18th.
Do you know what I'd really like to see? I'd really like to see Christina Hoff Sommers debate Onision on feminism.
Oh, that would be fucking classic.
Okay, he's going to bring up the gender pay gap now. This should be interesting.
This year. Gender pay gap. Female bosses earn 35% less than male colleagues.
Yeah, and that's an aggregate of the mean amount. You don't think that has something to do with the fact that maybe there's a lot less female bosses than male bosses?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to address the problem, address the true nature of the problem. That's what I have always believed. With regards to the gender pay gap, there's a whole bunch of statistics that debunk it, like the fact that it's a calculation of mean income, when the fact of the matter is, on average, more men stay in work longer than women do because of the whole childbirth thing. but you know they don't take that into account. It's a very simplistic, very misleading statistic. Although, you know, because I'm not a feminist, I'm obviously a moron. As Onision says.
Obviously, there's a huge fucking problem here even today. People who do the same job with the same quality and effort deserve the same fucking pay. Doesn't matter if you're a girl or a boy. So to reduce this pay gap is...
Yes.
You're saying this, I don't care if it's ad hominem, but it's actually true, and it's actually, it actually ties in with this argument. His first wife, he was working with him and helping him make his videos, but at the same time, he owed his wife. He refused to pay his wife properly. So, and yet you're arguing the whole gender pay gap, where you didn't even pay your wife properly, and that's why you're paying alimony. So,
are you saying that Onision is a hypocrite, Jamal? That's a pretty out there accusation to make.
Dude, I've got evidence.
I mean, I don't know. He seems pretty reasonable to me.
Still exists today. Who are you going to rely on? This chick holding up a sign, ignorantly protesting feminism?
That's what it says. I don't need feminism because I stand alongside women to preach about equality, but like certain standards. That's I totally agree with what she's saying. That isn't ignorant at all. If anything, especially considering how young she is and how much like pro-feminist propaganda there is in the mainstream, even in academia. Like the fact that she's able to have such a cogent and holistic understanding of the relationship between men and women on such a big scale I applaud her for that. That's a very intelligent perspective to have.
Yeah.
You go, girl.
The idea that exists to fight for the sign holder's very rights. Ladies, if you're going to hold up a sign saying you're against feminism, I beg you, do it with a burqa on. At least then you would be honest about your real position. To all you morons who are too fucking stupid to look up the definition of feminism before you make one of those asinine signs full of ignorance, this is the fucking definition. The advocacy of women's rights on the grounds of political, social, and economic equality to men, not superiority.
You don't believe
fucking
in equality.
morons.
Stop
Equality. So when you sit here
There's
like
a world of difference between a women's rights activist and a feminist.
Yes.
a fucking jackass.
It's the difference. It's the same difference between an Islamist and a Muslim, or like a KKK member and just a standard churchgoer. Like, there's a big difference between the two of the things, and because you're equating both of them to be the same, you're actually showing that your own perspective on this issue is incredibly ignorant.
Yeah.
Opposing your own goddamn human rights. You don't help anyone.
They're not.
You just hurt yourself. So congratulations on punching yourself in the fucking face. This whole anti-feminism movement is for complete fucking idiots. You don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Okay, I don't need feminism because it demonises traditional family constructs. That's true. I do not blame men for an action I'm responsible for. That's true. Being whistled at or complimented on the street isn't oppression. That's also true. See, I like how he doesn't actually try and take on any of the statements that they're making. He's just calling them idiots as like a blanket statement. And in the beginning of the video, he said, "Oh, well, that's a stupid generalisation," and yet he spent the entire video making stupid generalisations.
That's an hilarious person.
So many women simply don't understand how life was before feminism. I seriously have a hard time believing society today. We're acting like a bunch of fucking...
Do you know what? I like when women make compliments about my body because I put a lot of fucking work into it. So, once again, pretty good perspective on life. And the fact that she's biting the sign there is pretty sexy.
Yeah.
Sorry to bring that into this thing and lower the tone a bit, but that is...
I think it's such... Given this guy's history with women, underage girls, he has... It's just so funny that he actually thinks he has any fucking...
Jamal, that is a blatant ad hominem attack right there. You can't say stuff like that about a Onision.
Oh, fuck that. I can say... He's pretty much put everything that has actually happened to him, everything that's actually... has to be said about him. He's put that out there in the public for all the fucking eyes to see. I mean, for fuck's sake, he took his underage girls having fucking amnesia, and what was his fucking reaction? Make a fucking video, and then just to say at the end, what do you think I should do?
Didn't he
the comments, take her to the fucking hospital, you dumb cocksucker.
Didn't he like monetize that video as well?
Yeah, that's what...
Look, this is the thing. I've now decided after watching a bit more of this that I'm more than happy for you to make ad hominems and tear them apart. I've already torn his argument into shreds anyway, so...
This is a guy...
Spoiled teenagers who have had everything handed to us.
Hold
and
on.
what do? We turn towards our ancestors.
Your whole gimmick is that you act like a spoiled teenager. Have you seen his comedy work? Have you seen his character work?
It's not even comedy, because comedy implies
He makes...
he's going to say and do something funny.
He makes Rob Schneider look nuanced.
Ancestors, the people who came before us.
He makes who look nuanced?
Rob Schneider look fucking nuanced.
Did you say Robin Williams? Did you fucking say Robin Williams?
I did not say Robin Williams.
This podcast is over!
I did not say Robin Williams.
Metaphorically, our parents.
Good.
Say, fuck you for being so caring, so considerate, so loving towards me. For sacrificing yourself for the sake of my advancement in this world. Because I'm an ungrateful, spoiled piece of shit. And I'm so stupid I don't even realize by holding up this sign, I'm begging for things to go back to the way they were before feminism existed. So I ask you this.
Okay.
I'm so stupid that by basically criticizing these people, I'm taking away their fucking agency whilst basically preaching feminist values. So I'm more against actually... So yeah, by saying that, you're more for the oppression and silencing of women, because that's basically what you do. You like to fucking silence and manipulate women to your own fucking bullshit needs and ends, especially when they're under the legal age of consent, you dickhead.
I once watched a video where Onision went on like a really long rant about how he doesn't think that people should criticise each other, because no one likes to hear negative criticism about their work.
Oh,
I just want to put that into the context of this entire video that he's made.
If you are going to be so goddamn stupid as to oppose your own gender's equality to the other gender, do not vote.
You're going to have to repeat all of that because he just talked over you. He's very rude. He's very rude like that.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, Onision, you little emo bitch. Okay, I'm talking. Like my talking, alright? Apologise to all the emails out there. To comparing, you to him. You're a lot better. Anyway, yes. I mean, it's like you're talking all this shit about like, oh, you can't criticize it. You can't fucking criticize each other because no one likes to talk about negative criticism in another video. Yeah, all you do is criticize and talk about, oh, the haters are getting me down, or you talk about you rip into people who cut themselves. That's what annoys me. And yet, when people call you out on your bullshit and have fucking solid evidence of your bullshit, you fucking cry and bitch about, oh, people are hating on me, people are just being mean, wah, wah, wah. And then it's like, oh, you're such a parody of yourself.
He's like an elite Sarkeesian with a penis.
He is such a parody of, this is how much of a parody he is of himself. He's one of those people, he is actually a person that he's actually gone on record to do this. He's basically one of those guys who makes vegetarian kind of videos.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. That's hilarious. And
he fucking ended up murdering his own turtle just to spite some guy that he doesn't like on the internet.
So really? So he goes on about being a vegetarian and then takes an animal's life out of spite.
Yes.
Okay, I'm done avoiding ad hominems. This person's a reprehensible piece of human shit. Yeah. And you're a scum, basically. That's it for me.
Ever again. Because without feminists, you wouldn't have the right to vote. You oppose them, that would be hypocritical for you to vote. Do not accept a paycheck that is equal to your male...
That was the suffragette movement, not the feminist movement.
Yeah, and without feminism, you want to have a platform to actually use to manipulate young teenage girls to do your fucking shitty-ass bidding with.
So what you're effectively saying is his brand of feminism is actually encouraging rape. Good to know. Good to know.
Workers refuse it and say, no, I'm against feminism. I want to be paid less. If you ever marry a guy and you want to divorce him, well, tough fucking luck. If there were no one fighting for women's rights, do you really think you'd have the ability to divorce someone? You're stuck with him because in your ideal world without feminists, you don't have the right to decide who you're with. No, in this crazy, bonkers, anti-feminist, fucktard world, you're some kind of inferior creature who only exists to serve rather than live as their own independent entity. So why are some girls against feminism? Because they're fucking stupid and they have no idea what it was like before feminism.
Okay, that's the end of that chapter.